Hi, I'm sitting here with Michal Madej, who is the lead designer of The Witcher, which is made by CD Projekt, a very promising new role-playing game for the PC. So can you tell us a little bit about the basics of what The Witcher is?
Witcher is a PC role-playing game, as you said before. This is a story-driven PC role-playing game, like traditional role-playing games. But the game is created in a very fresh and new approach. For example, storyline is told in a more cinematic way, with a different approach to fantasy setting. The combat is very innovative. All those elements are traditional but slightly different. So I think it quite well describes the game idea.
So, could you tell us what a Witcher is?
Okay, Witchers are professional monster slayers. They are not human beings. They were taken from their parents as a child. They were subjected to several mutations and experiments. So they have a completely different metabolism and bodies. They look like human beings, except their eyes, which look like cat eyes that enables them to see in darkness. They are highly trained to fight monsters. So they are master swordsmen. They have some limited power, magical powers. And also, what is very important, they are not like in typical fantasy. They don't fight because of the ideals. They don't fight against evil. They just kill monsters for money like a medieval hitman.
So the main character, Geralt, he's a Witcher. Can you tell us a little bit about him?
Yeah. Geralt is a legendary Witcher. He's one of the most famous and the best Witchers of all times. He has a nickname White Wolf because he has white hair and he comes from the Wolf school of the Witcher, because the different schools of Witchers. And also he is a main character of a series of books written by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski. So he has a very strong personality, very strong background, lots of friends, also enemies, and lots of histories behind the guy. So he's the main character. Sometimes he's a mean guy, but he's also soft-hearted, so he helps other people. So it's very interesting, intriguing character.
So there are other characters in the game, and his friends. Are they also Witchers? And how are the normal people in the game?
This world is mostly populated by humans. There are only 5 living Witchers, so of course they are our friends, but they are not the most important element of the game. The more important element of the games are humans and their fight and struggle with inhuman races like elves and dwarves, because this is the biggest problem in the world. But as we are a very unusual hero, we have friends of both sides, and we have to decide which side we support, or we can. Or neither of them.
So you touched a little bit on the combat, and I saw the presentation before, and it only uses the mouse. Can you tell me a little bit more about the combat and what you can do and how it works?
Generally, we started with idea to create a game which has lots of elements. First of all, we have to use a full potential of the Witcher with all of his special abilities. Second thing, we wanted to create a game that has lots of tactical choices like in role-playing games. Another thing, we wanted to create an action combat, like in action games, with dynamic features. And the last thing, we wanted to create combat that is very easy to control for casual gamers. So, generally, we managed to do it. It took almost 2 years to polish the system, but it works excellent, and we are very proud of it. Probably, as we think, it's one of the best role-playing combats ever seen.
So, about how you tell the story and a non-linear story, can you tell us a little bit about how you achieve that in the game?
First of all, we have lots of cutscenes. They are rendered in real time in a game engine. All of them were prepared by professional directors, so they have very cinematic feeling and look. And they tell the story, the most important events in the story. Second thing is that in our game we have a very non-linear structure of the storyline. You have completely 3 different endings, but also lots of small non-linear parts with different ways of solving single quests, things like that. And what is the most interesting, I think, in that is that all those decisions and different ways, they always are connected with some more problems and decisions. But because this is the way this world of The Witcher works.
So it's coming out for the PC. Do you have any plans for other formats as well?
Maybe next part of The Witcher will be on other platforms, probably on Xbox, but now it's only a PC game.
Okay. So how far have you gone, and how much? When can we expect to see The Witcher?
Okay, we have almost done all assets and graphics, things like that. We are near end of implementation of storyline things and gameplay. By the end of the year, we will have a final, not final, but we will have an alpha version of the game. And then we estimate half a year of polishing and post-production. So, probably next year on summer next year there will be a release date.
And in your opinion, why should our viewers, why should they look to The Witcher? What's the selling point of the game?
Oh, first of all, I think that the role-playing games are the best games of all other games. Second thing is, Witcher is one of the best role-playing games I think ever published. So I don't see the reason they should omit the game.